Death by 1,000 cuts. This is a phrase that my own therapist actually used with me at our last session. Let me tell you why. But first, hello, I'm Dr. Alice Rizzi. I'm a licensed psychologist and a mindfulness coach. I am the founder of Together Mindful, my virtual mindfulness studio for ambitious, high achieving, heart led women who want to create their own positive impact in the world. I created this YouTube channel to share all I know. I love personal and professional development. I've been reading self help books since I was young. I'm always in a course or a program or a community. And I learned a lot in my undergrad and grad school years as well. Plus, I have my own personal experience with a lot of the things that I love sharing with other people. So today, I want to talk to you about attunement. And this is something that surprisingly we don't talk a whole lot about. I think the closest thing I can relate it to for ease is emotional validation or emotional presence. Basically, when you are attuned to someone else, you see them, you hear them, you understand them, you're present with them in whatever the experience is that they are having. And when somebody is attuned to you and your emotional needs, you feel seen and heard. You feel significant. You feel like you matter. And it makes you feel that much closer with that person. When there is a lack of attunement in a relationship, you might feel invisible, like you don't matter, like the person just doesn't care about what you're sharing or how you feel. And really, it's just feeling like the other person isn't prioritizing you at all, like they only care about themselves, their needs, their thoughts, and opinions. And that can be so, so painful. It's how we end up feeling disconnected from other people when we can't or don't attune to them, or when they can't or don't attune to us, or when it's only one sided. It can be really painful when you put in the emotional effort in a relationship, but you just don't feel it put back. So I recently had this experience with a family member where I shared something personal that was vulnerable to me. And instead of that person attuning to me and being curious about my experiences, what I might be thinking or feeling, or how I made the decision, the person just jumped straight into telling me what they think, why they think it's wrong, how they feel about it, how I'm making the wrong choice, and so on and so forth. And right after the experience, I actually felt really frustrated and angry. And I felt frustrated that I was frustrated because I'm very familiar with this person. I understand how they operate, how they live through life, how they think and feel about certain things. And I was frustrated with myself for letting it get to me. This person and I disagree on many levels about many things. We have different values. And still, I was angry. Like, why am I upset by this interaction? It went exactly how I might have expected it to go. And so I was processing it with my own therapist. And she said to me, basically, it's like death by 1,000 cuts. Lack of attunement can make me feel invisible, insignificant, unimportant, unloved, and so many other things. And what makes it more painful is that it's not just something that happened in the past with this individual, it's something that is still happening today. I am still experiencing this lack of attunement from this person. And I still have this fantasy, right? Like we all do, of being fully heard and seen and loved and accepted in my relationships. So you might have felt this with a partner, a parent, a caregiver, a friend. It can really happen with anyone. And no matter how well you know this person, how much you accept them for who they are. If you do not feel that emotional attunement from them, you're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel some type of way about it. And you might even make it mean something about you, like you did something wrong, or like you shouldn't be making the choices that you're making because of how they respond. And I am here to tell you to not do that. Basically, your first job is to learn how to attune to your own needs and ask yourself and be curious about your own experiences. It's so important to be able to do that for yourself, even if other people don't do it for you, don't know how to do it, have never done it. It's especially important for you to learn how to do it for yourself. So you can ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling? Do I know where this feeling might be coming from? What are some thoughts I have about this? Does it trigger any memories for me? Are there any images or thoughts or people that I associate this with? Where in my body do I feel this? Do my shoulders tense up? Is my heart beating really fast? Am I holding tension in my hands, back, legs? And the more you're able to do this for yourself, the more attuned to your needs you will be, the more you will be able to meet your own needs. And it's not always about fixing or changing the situation. A lot of times it's just about being with, being present. Like, hey, I feel frustrated right now. Wow, it's really hard for me right now. This is a really challenging moment. It's not always about how do I not feel frustrated? How do I not feel angry? Why am I so impatient? Why do I have such a short fuse? Which is sometimes what people in our lives can do for us, right? I shared in another video that I'm a highly sensitive person, and my entire childhood I was told that I'm too sensitive. And when I learned to attune to my own needs, I learned to say things like, no, this is the appropriate emotion because it is what I am feeling right now. I can validate my own feelings. I don't need somebody to tell me that my feelings are valid. They are valid because I am experiencing them. And attunement can start just then and there, understanding that you feel something and therefore it is valid. If it wasn't here, you wouldn't be feeling it. But it is here, so you are feeling it. Therefore, it is valid because it's here. I want to make sure you really hear that. Whatever you are feeling is valid because it's here. So attunement starts with just recognizing what you're feeling. I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel anxious. I feel overwhelmed. Wow, what does that feel like for me? Where in my body is that experience? What people or memories or images are associated with feeling this way? And only after you attune to that experience can you ask yourself, what do I wish to do about it? How do I want to proceed or move on? The more you can do that for yourself, the better you'll be able to communicate your needs to your loved ones that care about your emotional state, about your needs, about your wants, about your desires. And the more you can attune to them and be present for them and not try to change or fix them, but simply give them the gift of your presence, which a lot of the time is all our loved ones need from us. They don't need you to problem solve. Most of the time, they can do that for themselves. They need you to be there for them, to see them, to hear them, to accept them as they are in that moment. That is attunement. That is active listening. That is emotional validation. So I hope this was helpful for you. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.